My father was a college graduate. He went to Wilberforce University in the 1930s, the first person in our family to have gone to college. Um, and the job he had before he went into the Army was as a mail carrier in the state office in Pennsylvania. So here's a college graduate, and the best job he could get was carrying mail. And I got out of the service in 1969. I know I had a job offer. I ended up going back to law school, but I had a job offer to go work for a New York bank that offered me more money than my father was making at that time. I think that the difference between my father getting out of the Army in World War II and me getting out of the Vietnam War in the late 60s was the revolution that occurred in this country. I remember being in the first day of law school and saying, you know, I'd like to be like one of those professors up here, because I was so struck by the high quality of the professors and the methodology they were using, the Socratic method of going back and forth with students. And I said, I'd like to be like one of those guys someday. Professor Childress called Richard Hoskins and said to Richard, you know, what do you think about Sam Thompson? You think he might be interested in teaching, and do you think he'd be a good person for us to look at? And Richard lied and said, oh yeah, I think he'll be a good person for you to look at. And I know he's interested in teaching because I had just told Richard that I was interested in teaching. Mm-hmm. And that led to the phone call from David Reuter to go out there and to interview. And that was a great experience being at Northwestern and being on that faculty and having the opportunity to teach there. Wayne had a phenomenal sense of humor. We used to always go to the pen relays. Wayne and I would go to the pen relays, and we would have fun at the pen relays. And we would go to the pen relays on Saturday, and then the following Sunday we would go up to my mother and father's house, and have dinner. And Wayne would, you know, keep people in stitches. And I remember my mother saying, Wayne, Eddie Murphy better be glad you didn't become a comedian, because you would have put him out of business. I miss him. My friends at Schiff Hardin miss him. I know my friend Jim Griffin in Washington D.C. misses him, and I have him in a picture of Wayne and myself and Jim Griffin in the bathroom. So whenever I go to the bathroom, I take a look at him.